Alright, here we go. Let's solve the big mystery, shall we? Okay. What is this spherical tank? Named Guard Koto. Guarded by mutants. You stand before a painted spherical tank, fashioned of metal and synth. The paint is old and cracking. Inside the tank is a murky liquid, or possibly a thickened gas, and every so often you can see motion from a flipper, or strangely deformed arm within. A cleverly disguised grill on the front of the tank squawks out the distorted voice of the tank's occupant. It buzzes and moans, drawing out some words and shortening others in a burst of static. I am Gakoto, Prince of Fahat, and the delegate here in Little Nihilish. The voice spits and pops. You have my gratitude for averting the violence with the Memorabilia's soldiers, but I must know, why did you act? It's in our nature. Action becomes paramount, and we must choose them perfectly. Want to open a new Ma. Okay. Always looking for more adventure. End of finale. Can you tell me of the Fahat? My brethren are blessed mutants, each diverging in a new pathway for humanity. We rule over the city of Nihilish, using the powers bestowed by our remarkable births to lead normal humanity to a new age of possibilities. The subtleties of our machinations are lost here, alas. We got some visitors. How you doing? Tell me. I have other questions. Why are the mods changing and closing? Okay. I am Groot. You? I am Groot. Doing well. We are finishing Torment, Tides of Numenera. It's been a 30-something episode series so far. A long play, or a let's play, if you will. It's been wicked good. Nice indeed. Okay.
I'll remember that.
Goodbye, mutant lord. Interesting. What does the new Ma wish to eat? Here you are, you sons of bitches.
And it's done.
I'll remember that.
Called us a popinjay. You've been harassing someone. If I hear that you've been bothering Kian anymore, I'll tear your eyes out with a massive necklace. Oh, God. I need to actually switch to gameplay. Thank you, sir. I was doing the introduction, and I forgot to actually switch back to that. Okay. So we just found these two ne'er-do-wells in a corner of this mutant valley, and they've been beating the shit out of this lady. We're trying to stop them from doing that. Hmm. She's a victim. Interesting. Hmm. There's something deeper going on here. Remove the bond. If you don't remove it, I will fuck you up. Thanks for the reminder, Alex. Hmm.
Updated my journal.
Oh, he ran away. We have saved her. Oh, she's a person under the shadows. Her skin is an iridescent blue, and her hair is bright pink. So she's a mutant hipster. Sweet. He's really gone. I can't feel him in my mind. You did it. God be praised. You did it. Yeah, I definitely do have questions. He seemed dark and fascinating. Don't fall for a guy if he's dark and fascinating, ladies. Or, conversely, dark and fascinating. Not necessarily great traits. I mean, you know, if you like a fast-paced, interesting lifestyle. Like our poor friend Delmy here.
I'll remember that.
Okay. An empathic amplifier. I feel like we can get some use out of you. Dark and fascinating. That's how we like our coffee. There we go. OBS informed me for a second there that I was dropping some frames or something. Let me know if the stream quality is anything less than super sick 720 or 1080p. I found 5 families who are willing to help me, who could afford to feed me once every few days. Then I fell in with a mysterious, dark, hottie named Vrung. And then he took over my mind and bad things happened. I freed you. That's all I ask. Unlock the secrets. Are we going to succeed on that? Oh, I thought we failed that. What does this new Ma want? So we're in this giant entity known as the Bloom. And it's this huge monster that contains a city inside of it and is ever shifting and consuming and creates all sorts of portals to different worlds and stuff. And we're trying to kind of get our way through here. It wants her. Ah, come on, man. Oh.
Making a note.
Feeds on guilt. Interesting. We need to find someone with all-consuming guilt. Yeah, it's totally safe to touch. Well, I know someone with all-consuming guilt.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, it wants Allegern. Allegern's been with me since the very beginning. I really don't want to feed him to this giant portal imbibed meat popsicle. What do you think it wants? Do we offer Allegern to the bloom, not knowing whether it will completely consume him, or maybe just leave him be? Maybe it'll take his guilt away. Just nom nom it up. Oh, God. Can I offer myself? No, they don't care. The hissings and chitterings of the bloom are no different than usual, as far as you can tell. Your sharp senses provide no particular advantage in hearing the odd sounds. You realize that the bloom's quote-unquote voices are a psychic phenomenon, not a physical one. They are literally voices in your head. Yeah, it just really wants Allegern, so we can ask him to throw himself in there. And if we open that up, Garkoto will give us a reward, which was this big gaseous blob we were talking to when we entered the area. Am I Paragon or Renegade? I'm definitely more Paragon. Oh, are you looking up spoilers or something right now? These aren't random questions you have? Yeah, that does sound pretty Renegade. I don't care too much what's inside this maw. I really want Allegern with us. Our audience has just very cleverly guessed that the Renegade choice here would be to feed our friend to the maw. Since we are
Remember that.
the standard for all that is good and right in the universe, we will not do that. Garkoto seems pretty fucked up. I don't like that guy. He's got prisoners. He's trying to get us to sacrifice our buddies. Yeah, I guess it would be a little strange of us to feed our friends to a giant Japanese cartoon tentacle creature. And, that would elevate us from PG-13 to rated XXX in this channel. Okay. I'm a visitor. I don't work for your overlord. Wow, that takes a lot of convincing. That's a lot of points spent to convince her that she should tell us. Yeah, she did poison their water. She's just trying to poison them because they're not people. She's an Angulan knight. I think we ran into them in that first city. We seek to reclaim the world for humanity's light. It's kind of like a sort of Third Reich situation here. Not sure I'm too much of a fan of you. Oh god. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you don't seem that great. That's what happens when you're an ideologue. Even if you think you're doing good, you could be doing terrible, terrible things. Moderate in all things is the way to go. You could overpower them. Perspective. Exactly. Prince Garkodo has cast a spell on me. Here, let me show you. Oh, interesting. So let's talk to Garkodo. Yeah, honestly, kind of deserved to be imprisoned. So here's Garkodo. He's a mutant trapped in this like gaseous enclosure. If you look closely, sometimes you can see little shadows in there. It's kind of like the Baron, or he's like the prophets in Dune. Those things like trapped in gas that they speak to. Oh, interesting. Now this is a way to go. The newborn maw feeds on guilt. If you want to know if Herja, the crazy lady, feels any remorse for a crime, let her face the maw. Although she's not going to feel remorse, and they might let a guilty person go.
Making a note.
So we're gonna free someone who doesn't feel remorse for doing what she did, and she's probably gonna poison more of these people. But maybe she's human enough to feel a little bit of remorse, and it'll be a win-win. Here we go, bouncing from thing to thing, hopefully doing some good in the world. Okay. Does she really feel that way? I have nothing to confess or to regret, so the maw will find me a paltry meal. I accept your bargain. Interesting. The disc we released pulses briefly and it loses its cohesion to her flesh. It falls to the ground and Herja's eyes widen as her imaginary prison disappears. She gives it to us. As a knight, I live by my honor, and it's my honor to put some miles between this place and me. A quick jaunt to the mall and I'll show my heels. Let's see how that works out for her. No guilt? Her eyes focus somewhat far away, and she addresses someone who isn't here. She begins to speak through gritted teeth, as if resisting the pull of the maw on her memories. The spy dossier. Ah, I cared for it, sister, but your sadness made me cry. She breathes deeply, and something inside her seems to break. Her stoic mask begins to crumble. No, they were mutants. I did what was right. Being able to read minds adds quite the dimension to this game, as well as having a high level of perception, rather. I didn't mean for them to die. Not like that, not painfully, not twitching, frothing, kicking, not the children. I sold some of the metal before I crumbled it into air. I thought the dose was still toxic. Toxic it was, but not enough to drop them. The screams. That was the first time they ever seemed human to me. But skinning the yellow woman, her tentacles, her skin, she cried and wailed, but she was a monster. Cutting out her babies was a blessing to her. Oh my god. Stopping more monsters from entering the world. We all agreed. Oh my god. When we brought the tunnel down on the diggers, I could hear their cries through the rubble. Rather than offer mercy, I gave them fire to steal away their breath. Jesus. Got some serious sins here, lady. Heard people in the spire. Jesus. Jesus. Here's another atrocity. Calling down threshers. Killing fathers and their children. Laughed at their cries. Disemboweled one because he might serve as a lesson. We wagered over who would die first. I am a greater monster than ever they were. A piece of shattered synth lies on the ground nearby. She grabs it and brings it to her neck. Tears pour down her cheeks and she murmurs, I am so sorry. So we can stop her from killing herself, we can let her choose her own future, and presumably we can choose to either let her get eaten by the maw, or now that she has very, very clearly regretted what she has done, possibly save her. Do we grab her hand, or we let her choose her own future? Option 1 or option 2? What do we do? I'm placing it in your hands. Option 1. Grab her hand. Option 2. Let her choose her destiny. We'll flip this bottle cap. Open side up. We grab her hand. The indecisive coin has hidden itself somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. Here's the coin. Heads, we grab her hand. Tails, she chooses her own future. And that's what we call a cliffhanger right there.